What's going on, guys? It's Greg here today, and I'm bringing you a Call of Duty Vanguard gameplay commentary. And I'm actually gonna have to take off my glasses because, as you guys can see, okay, if I angle them upwards, it's gonna be lens reflection. It's just really an annoying thing whenever it comes to recording yourself for video. So just want to let you guys know that's why I usually take off my glasses whenever I do a recorded commentary like this. Is just so that way the lens reflection isn't annoying. But anyways. Wanted to update you guys on one little thing here. So I ended up getting a scuff reflex because my scuff impact died. Just want to talk about this before I get into commentary. And as you guys can see here, pretty nice looking controller. Clean design. It's actually cheaper. Pro tip if you do buy scuffs. I'm not sponsored or anything. But if you do buy them, buy it pre-built. And what I mean by that is just buy, one of the colors that they have, and it'll say like, $250, $249.99, whatever. You click on that and you can buy it pre-built. The reason being is if you custom build it with the same features, right, this controller has, it's like $300. Like, what? So yeah, anyways, this one was $250 instead of $300 just because I bought it pre-built. It works good. I tested it already in private match. Still have one issue though, and that is my thumbstick issue where I don't have full, oh, sorry, I'm not centered. I don't have a full range of motion on my thumbstick because I'm a shorthand gamer. It should be, it's a gaming disability. No, I'm playing. But, yeah, anyways, so it's just, it's still pretty comfortable for me. My aim will adjust, because definitely the scuff impact, the one that just broke, I had that same issue, but it wasn't to the same degree. I feel that, I have less control of my thumbstick even more now because the controllers just keep getting bigger and bigger every single time they release a new PlayStation. I don't understand why, but is what it is. Anyways, Call of Duty Vanguard, or as I call it, Van Ass for the entire year. This game is not my favorite entry in the franchise. It definitely is not up there. It would definitely be down towards the bottom. And that's a shame to say because I actually thought this game was going to be really good. After I played the beta last year, I was really impressed, and I thought, wow, this is a basically fast-paced Modern Warfare 2019, and it's basically as if the developers went through every Modern Warfare 2019 Reddit post back when that game first came out, and everyone was complaining about how slow-paced it was, the Claymore spam, there's nothing defensive other than throwing down a satchel charge and an S-mine at the same time, which wasn't, as fast as just throwing a Claymore Betty on the ground. So they definitely wanted to cater more towards an aggressive play style in Vanguard, and its map design was also pretty good. I actually really like the map design in Vanguard, but this game ended up not really turning out to be everyone's cup of tea. And the reason I don't like it is because the game lacks Sandbox, This is a development issue because the developers at Sledgehammer never properly nerfed anything in this game. Let's start off with one of my favorite nerfs this entire year that Sledgehammer Games did. So, every single lobby you get into in Call of Duty Vanguard is pretty much you're going to see half the kill feed, as long as you're in the highest skill-based matchmaking bracket. Let me just point that out there real quick, because, it really does depend on the skill-based matchmaking bracket. Everyone's playing a different game, basically, depending on where you stand in the matchmaking bracket. So, just wanted to point that out there real quick. But, if you're in the higher skill-based matchmaking brackets, you probably noticed there's only one gun in this game that everybody uses, and it's the Automaton. Alright, and it's not any automaton in particular, but adding the Zach FA short barrel and Clouser rounds, so that way you have max damage on it. So instead of being a 5-shot kill, it's now a 3-shot kill, and is pretty much killing you faster than any gun did in Modern Warfare 2's beta. Okay? So, this gun absolutely ran rampant in pubs, and I don't really think it was a fun gun for me personally, because the gun really didn't have a lot of recoil, and it didn't really feel like there was a skill gap to it, so I just didn't really care for the gun. I always have kind of liked guns that were really hard and niche to use, and like in Modern Warfare 2019, most of my gameplays were the AK-47 and the SCAR, and, guns that had a lot of kick and a lot of they were high damage guns, but they had a lot of recoil and they had a learning curve to them. And I absolutely loved that because it felt like you were mastering something. And the automaton's recoil was just like straight up to the left a little wee bit, and there was not a lot of magnitude either whenever it came to this setup in particular. Maybe it was to the right. I can't remember the recoil pattern. I haven't played in like a month. Yeah, so it became really boring because it was basically just a one-gun meta in pubs, and if there's a meta in pubs that's noticeable, in my opinion, it's just not fun, because in my opinion, the whole fun of pubs is playing around with the entire sandbox of the game, a lot of different guns, kill streaks, perks, and all that kind of stuff. And to be honest with you, the spawns were so bad in this game that everybody used forward intel as their perk 2, and perk 3, everybody was running double time because it was the only good perk 3. And well, let's be honest, bunny hopping and slide canceling and breaking people's cameras is overpowered as fuck, so everybody was going to use it. All right. Just simple as that. And so yeah, one of my favorite nerfs, as I was going to tell you guys about, is the infamous Bren nerf. So Sledgehammer Games decided that they were going to nerf the Bren, and this was because the Bren was very powerful in Warzone. But if you remember anything about the Bren in Vanguard, and if you played this game quite a bit, you'll know that the Bren was probably one of the dumbest guns in the entire game, because as soon as you held down the trigger, the gun basically drew zigzags all over your screen because it had absolutely no recoil control, or even a recoil pattern that is remotely controllable. So the Bren ended up catching a nerf in Vanguard for some reason, of all games and of all weapons in this game. The gun you see on screen is definitely balanced compared to the Bren, am I right? So they nerfed the Bren, and I just want to say one thing, okay? I need to make sure you guys can see right here, okay? I have my mic right here, so. Who the fuck was dominating any lobby with the Bren so hard that it showed up statistically in Sledgehammer Games stats, or whatever they look at to balance weapons, that they would nerf the Bren? Every single time I looked at someone's combat record, the Bren was one of the lowest accuracy weapons on anybody's combat record, because, again, it was basically a tap-fire gun, and whenever you have a gun like this automaton you guys are seeing on screen right now that shoots almost 800 rounds per minute and kills in 3 shots, by the way, with minimalistic recoil with the right attachments, the Bren, it shoots like 300 rounds per minute, and it's like a 2 to 3 shot kill depending on the attachments. And by the way, if you make it like a 2-shot kill, the recoil is even more zigzaggy. Who is dominating these lobbies so hard with the Bren that they decide to nerf the Bren? The Bren has always been like the lowest KD, the lowest accuracy, lowest... What? So just seeing that nerf so early on, and seeing the fact that it is the end of this game's life cycle, and the automaton was only ever buffed. Let that sink in. Buffed. I think Sledgehammer Games should be a support studio. I really do. I don't think they know what they're doing whenever it comes to the sandbox and proper balance, and also adding new content to their game. I honestly have a whole theory of what happened, and this is my theory, And by the way, remember, I said I thought Vanguard could have been a really good game because the beta was promising. It felt like it was basically that Reddit post of Modern Warfare 2019, and it felt like it was a decent game. But what went wrong with the development studio, Sledgehammer Games, that they just abandoned ship on this game? Took 10 years to fix all the bugs, or it was I know I'm exaggerating, but 2 months to fix at least all the bugs to make this game playable, and then they nerfed the Bren but buffed the automaton. I can't do it. Anyways, guys, I honestly think that just says enough about this game. Alright, anyways, the sandbox is non-existent compared to that of other Call of Duty games. The balance on this game is fucking horrible, and yeah, that's my review of Call of Duty Vanguard. Alright, could have been a good game. Sledgehammer Games fumbled the bag, and now we're left with this flaming hot turd of a game that was Call of Duty Vanguard. Anyways, Infinity Ward, save us all. See you guys on the next one. Peace out.